Now covered the basics of the Google Data Studio, and the next step is to look into a few different types of visualizations. So let's have a dive into columns and bar charts. So if we're into our report, in prior videos I tend to use a simple table for our visualization, but let's have a look into our bar chart. So one way to insert bar chart is by selecting a current visualization and then changing it in the right hand side to, for instance, this column chart, and it should automatically update the visualization. Sometimes the dimensions and metrics swap a bit, or sometimes they don't work, so they give errors. So this will be represented in the right hand side where you will see something in red. So in this case this seemed to have worked. One thing though is that it says that there are two columns represented by two different kinds of colors, but I only see one type of color, and this is most likely done because this is the sum and this is the average. It's very unclear that this is the average, so I should change that name from LTV to LTV average. And then I also want to have this actually on a right axis, because this axis is too large, so I'm going to take a right axis and set that column. So the way we can do this is by going into the styling and then scroll down to our series. So let's see if we can find it. Color by this one, double. There we go. So now we can see both for each plan, both the total lifetime value as well as the average lifetime value of all the subscriptions that have that particular plan. So this is a column chart. We can change this to different column charts in which stuff is above each other. We can change it to, so let's have a look into this one, a stacked column chart. So this is, I find this particularly helpful with dates. So let's change the dimension to date, and let's change the metric to plan idea. So I want to have a breakdown of plan idea, and then we're counting total lifetime value. Okay, I just want to make this a bit clearer by reducing the length. So custom range, and then we'll do, let's say, 1 month in 2019 till July 2019 till August 2019. Let's pick that and apply. Let's see what we get there. So this should be a stacked column chart, which we see 4 different colors. Okay, zoom it out. So this doesn't seem to be stacked, to be honest. That's because it defaulted back to the column chart. So let's change this to the stacked column chart. There we go. So now we can see on what date we had the most subscriptions created that ended in the highest lifetime value. And this is calculated by stacking the different plans on top of each other. So that's what a stacked column chart do. We can also do a 100% stacked column chart. So that's not comparing date versus date, but it's comparing the plans within a particular date on the ratio. And then we can swap it 90 degrees and do the same thing horizontally. So this is the same as a column chart, but there's more, I think they call it a row chart, a bar chart, that makes sense. So this is the bar chart in which we have the 4 plans next to each other, but we can also stack them. So that's all very similar. So if you have any questions on this, let me know. It is a different type of visualization that for certain business metrics might make sense to use a bar chart or a column chart instead of the standard tables and timeline series. So let me know if you run into anything. Happy to help you out, and otherwise I'll see you in the next video.